Story at 6 p.m. An Indian Air Force officer, Arun Marwah, has been arrested by the Delhi police for allegedly sharing sensitive information with ISI operatives. Now, investigations suggest that Arun Marwah leaked information and documents to two Pakistani ISI agents who befriended him on social media as women using fake accounts.
Take a close look at this man. This is 51-year-old Group Captain Arun Marwah. He's a serving senior officer of the Indian Air Force, stationed at the Indian Air Force headquarters in Delhi. A paratrooper, he's responsible for Special Forces training. And he now faces the worst trouble of his life, including possibly several years behind bars. Group Captain Marwah, active on social media, walked into a very sinister but familiar trap last year. This is how the downfall of the senior air officer began. 6 months ago, he received two friend requests on Facebook from two women, namely Kiran Randhawa and Mahima Patel, and began chatting with them, utterly clueless that both were fake profiles fronting for Pakistan's ISI. In a matter of days, the nature of the chats became explicit, and Group Captain Marwah was trapped. With the officers' chats recorded, the blackmail began. The two apparent honey traps began making demands on the Group Captain, demanding that he share classified documents from the Air Force headquarters. Instead of informing the authorities of his predicament, Marwah got scared and succumbed. He stole and sent 3 documents to the ISI honey traps pertaining to the Defense Cyber Agency, Defense Space Agency and Special Operations, with copies shared on both Facebook and WhatsApp. In mid-January, the Air Force's counterintelligence smelt a rat and placed the officer under surveillance with round-the-clock tabs on his every move, both inside and outside office. Finally, authorities swooped down on him on January the 31st and arrested him under the Official Secrets Act this week. The officer is being interrogated and he faces the full extent of the Official Secrets Act. He could be in jail for up to 14 years and be dismissed from service. The data he allegedly stole and passed on to the ISI honey traps has grave security implications, to say the least. For instance, details of the Defense Cyber Agency could help Pakistan penetrate India's online defenses. Details of the Defense Space Agency could help Pakistan hack or sabotage India's satellite program. And details of Special Operations, needless to say, could help Pakistan sabotage ongoing special missions. While an investigation digs into the disturbing honey trapping incident, it is unclear if agencies will ever know just who Kiran Randhawa and Mahima Patel really are. But even at this early stage, it appears clear that Pakistan's ISI has once again managed to insert a tentacle into India's security fortress. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, remember, arrested Indian Air Force officer Marwah isn't the first man to be digitally honey-trapped by Pakistani agents. Let's just go back to 2009. Indian Navy's Commodore Sukhinder Singh was caught in a trap involving Russian women after his compromising pictures with them were leaked. Following which an inquiry took place, he was found guilty of emboldening the Russians to jack up the cost of the repair and refit of the warship in Russia. Well, a year later, April 2010, Madhuri Gupta, posted as the second Press and Information Secretary at Indian High Commission in Islamabad, was arrested in Delhi for passing on sensitive information to ISI agents. Then in December 2011, a Lieutenant Colonel of the Army was caught in a similar trap while he was undergoing a staff course in Dhaka. He alerted authorities after being blackmailed to divulge secret information. He apparently got involved with a woman he met at a party. Then, let's take you to July 2012. Lieutenant Sanjay Shandilya of Indian Army was arrested with a Bangladeshi woman from a 5-star hotel of New Delhi in the evening. The major cause of the worry is that 2 laptops, one belonging to Lieutenant Colonel and the other from his senior, were reportedly missing, which are said to be containing secret information related to border and war issues. Then in August 2014, Subedar Nayak was arrested for allegedly espionage. He later confessed to his crime of passing on crucial information to a girl named Anushka Agarwal. since 2013, through which he has come in contact with Facebook. Now, police believe the lady used nude pictures to lure in the Subedar. I'm going to connect to my colleague Shiv Arur, who's joining us for the very latest on the Indian Air Force officer honey-trapped, leaking important information. Shiv, what's the information that we have on this?
Well, this is a very disturbing case in which a pretty senior Indian Air Force officer was basically put under surveillance after the Indian Air Force suspected that he had been honey-trapped, which in fact he apparently was. While he was using social media, he was apparently compromised by two women, namely calling themselves Kiran Randhava and Mahima Patel, who are understood to be fronts for the ISI. Now, these casual chats became more and more explicit as the days went by. And finally, this officer, the group captain, which is equivalent to colonel in the army, and responsible for special operations and paratroop training in the Indian Air Force. So very important individual at Air Force headquarters, found himself completely compromised. And instead of reporting this incident and the fact that he'd been compromised, he actually, allegedly breached security and leaked secret documents pertaining to special operations, the Defense Cyber Agency and the Defense Space Agency to these individuals via Facebook and WhatsApp. Now, the precise nature and the implications and extent of the breach are being assessed right now as part of an investigation both by the Air Force as well as the police, where this officer is being interrogated. But the overall implications of the manner in which this breach has taken place is something that has worried the Indian Air Force and the government endlessly.
But Shiv, the larger point of concern is this was that the long list we were reading out before, we took you live there. This is not the first case. The issue when it comes down to honey trapping our men, the numbers, the import of it is rather mind-boggling.
It is, you're right. The fact is, the very simple modus operandi that so-called online honey traps use, is painfully simple, and it hasn't really essentially changed for years together, for over a decade. You have people with these fake profiles, with fake photographs of, attractive women, striking up these random conversations with individuals on social media, which are provided by intelligence agencies. The content of these discussions become more and more personal. A friendship is established. Then it becomes more explicit. Perhaps, pictures of an explicit nature are exchanged. And once, a certain limit is crossed, then these so-called honey traps are able to blackmail the individuals they've been able to entrap in these conversations. And because these people are serving officers, people with responsibilities to the government, it's very often that they find themselves completely cornered in these honey trap incidents, and they give in, they succumb to the pressure, and they try and access secret documents just to keep the heat off them. So this modus operandi, as you just showed in that list, makes it clear that it's pretty effective. There are rules in place, but people have been getting honey trapped and compromised from time to time over the years.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Shiv, with those details. We'll come back to you for more. What we are going to do is shift into the latest news break that we're getting in. Breaking news just filtering in of a fresh video concerning the escaped Lashkar terrorist Naveed. Now, this video has surfaced. It's believed to have been shot somewhere in South Kashmir. In this video, the terrorist can be seen doing push-ups and other exercises. However, India today cannot independently verify the authenticity of this video. But terrorist Naveed spotted in South Kashmir exercising. We don't know how old this video is. We cannot right now, of course, also confirm the authenticity, but this is a video that has gone viral, that has just surfaced of the escaped terrorist. What we will do is now try connecting to my colleague Shujaul Haq and giving us more information on that. But let's just take you through with the latest news break that we are getting in. Well, this is a terrorist that had just escaped in Jammu and Kashmir, and here he can be seen doing various forms of exercises. This video been released. We don't know if this is a dated video or that has been shot after this terrorist had escaped. But that's the latest that we're getting in right now. This terrorist caught on camera. We can't confirm the authenticity of this video, but it has gone viral. And what we can confirm that in the images in it, it seems to be the terrorist that had escaped. His name is Naveed. You can see him perform various types of exercises. All right, so that's the latest that is coming in. The latest news break coming in. This is a video that has been released. We cannot confirm the authenticity of this video. It's an unverified video, but it seems to be that of terrorist Nawed, who had escaped from the Jammu and Kashmir police. Shuja ul Haq is on the phone line with me, giving us more information. Shuja, it's over to you.
Well, yes, Preeti, you know, ever since that escape of Nawed, alias Hanzula, there have been many, videos that have cropped up on social media and other platforms. Some of them seem to be new, some of them seem to be old. Though none of them can independently be verified, as there is no source which can directly be checked on this. However, they have been propagated and, in a sense, a message being sent across that Nawed has reached back to his people. In fact, some of the pictures also have surfaced in which he can be seen, with the militant commanders like Riaz Naiko of Hizbul Mujahideen. There have been some audio clips also which have done the rounds of the social media, in which militant commanders like Riaz Naiko has can be heard rather, saying that Nawed has reached back and he will continue, working with them. So overall, in a sense, a disturbing trend for the security establishment, because, we've already seen how a lot of people have criticized and questioned the manner that this entire, incident unfolded, and how we saw the police also acting and saying that there was, some possible insider hand in, making sure that he escaped from the jail from the authorities.
Would you give us details on who exactly is Nawed, his connection to the LET? What role did he play in that, not a jailbreak, but of course with what had taken place at that time?
Yes, Preeti, Nawed is a militant. He was, with Lashkar-e-Toiba, and he was arrested in 2014. He is, as per the sources in the police, from, Pakistan, and he had infiltrated into Kashmir Valley in 2012. And for 2 years he was active in South Kashmir. There are many cases of police killings against him. He was arrested and then sent out of Kashmir to a jail, but he was brought back in 2017 apparently because of the court directions in this matter. And yesterday the police came up with an announcement saying that they've cracked this case. They have arrested many people who were part of this entire plan of this escape, and they said that they wanted desperately that Nawed should be released, or rather Nawed should be brought back from the jail, because LET really thinks that he is very important and could be crucial for their activities within Kashmir Valley. And that's the reason why it becomes all the more important for the security establishments to work on this case and try and figure out where exactly Nawed has gone.
All right, thank you for joining us, Shuja. We'll come back to you for more updates. Meanwhile, a quick break. When we return, well, the Congress ups the ante against Modi government over Judge Loya's death case. Opposition. Welcome back. Rahul Gandhi today led an opposition delegation to the president on Judge Loya's death. Opposition presented a memorandum on Loya's death to the president. Apart from Rahul Gandhi, CPM's D. Raja, Kapil Sibal, Ghulam Nabi Azad, Anand Sharma, P. Chidambaram and TMC's Trishali, Manish Gupta, Sanjay Singh, Fajruddin Ajmal were part of this delegation. Rahul Gandhi demanded an independent probe into Judge Loya's death. 15 parties and 112 MPs have signed the opposition memorandum.
The main thing is there was a sentiment in the House. 114 members of Parliament felt that this must be taken to the President. They felt that this is suspicious, and 3 people have died, and we felt that it should be an independent inquiry. So we feel an SIT would be the right approach, and an SIT from the Supreme Court.
इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन होना चाहिए, और SIT की हमने मांग की है राष्ट्रपति जी से कि SIT हो, लेकिन CBI के अफसरों के साथ नहीं, NIA के अफसरों के साथ नहीं, क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि CBI के अफसर करते क्या हैं। इसी केस में सोराबुद्दीन के केस में CBI के अफसरों ने अपील नहीं की, तो हम उन पे हमें विश्वास नहीं है। एक इंडिपेंडेंट, जैसे 2G में हुआ था, इंडिपेंडेंट एसआईटी बनी थी, अगर 2G में कमर्शियल मामले के बन सकती है तो एक जज के मृत्यु के मामले में क्यों नहीं एसआईटी बन सकती?
Supriya Bhardwaj joins us live. Supriya, what's the latest that you're picking up? How is the Congress or the opposition going to take it forward?
Well, interestingly, Preeti, today in the morning, this information broke that approximately 114 MPs have signed this memorandum from 15 parties, and they're going to meet the president. And today is the last day of the first phase of the budget session. Now, what we are hearing is that the opposition is keen to raise this matter once the budget session resumes in March itself, and then they are planning to raise this issue on various platforms also. Interestingly, the opposition has demanded not a CBI probe, but a SIT probe, which is completely monitored by the Supreme Court sitting judge. When questioned that the matter is already pending before the Supreme Court, Capt, senior lawyer, had said that that is just a PIL which is being heard, and we want a proper investigation. Now, this is the way Congress is moving. First and foremost, the matter was raised, then the press conference was there. Today, this memorandum is there. Now we are hearing is that in case nothing much happens, then this matter is certainly going to rock in the Parliament in the second phase of the budget session.
All right, Supriya, thanks for joining us for that quick update. We're going to go into a quick break. To stay with us, up next is our sports show. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.